Hi everyone, Katie here. Welcome back to another layout video. Today I have two pictures. They are from a Haagen-Dazs ice cream shop. And they were, obviously it was an excellent time. So definitely worth scrapping. And I have this 6x6 paper pads from Echo Park, and I want to call it is Best Summer. And I have 3 pages left. That is it. 3 6x6 pages. So my goal is to use those up and make a nice layout of my delicious ice cream. So I am using my new We Are Memory Keepers frame punch board, and I absolutely love it. I got it for my birthday. My husband totally surprised me and just picked it out, and it is awesome. So I'm using it to make a tiny little shaker box using a little cut apart. It says ice cream, you scream, and has a cute little picture of an ice cream cone. So using the frame board, I'm able to punch out a little frame to put my acetate on, and then make a tiny little shaker box, which let me tell you how easy it was using this frame board. I have a Cricut, I have a Cuttlebug, and I love using those, don't get me wrong, but this punch board is kind of next level for frames. I love it. It's great. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Now you see I am putting down my wonderful Dollar Tree foam tape. What I really love about this, not only is it archival quality, but it comes in 3 different thicknesses. And this has got to be maybe 1/4 of an inch, which is the perfect size. So it really works out well for exactly what I want to do. I really like using it. I bought quite a bit. So now I'm going to decide what sequins I want to put in there. I have quite a few sequins, but I'm really liking these mixes right now. They're from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I choose Vicky's Rainbow, and then I mix it in a little bit with the Perfect Moment sequin mix, just to add a little bit more pink in there, because this is a very pink layout if you have not gathered that already. So now I'm using that's my embossing bag, like anti-static powder bag, to put it on the little film, the clear film, because I don't know about you, but I have definitely made shaker pouches where, once I make it, the glitter or whatever I put in there just sticks to the clear plastic, and then it does not shake, and it does not look as pretty as you had intended, and it's disappointing. So the anti-static powder bag definitely helps. And that's a homemade one that I made using, just sewing up a bag of cornstarch. That's a nice little Pinterest tip that I have, and it has worked beautifully for I don't know, I think I've been using it for like a year or so. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. I would use a slightly higher quality, denser thread count of fabric than I did, but whatever you have, right? So now I'm matting my photos here on the two of the 3 6x6 pieces that I have left. One of them has water balloons on it. That has nothing to do with what's going on in this photo. And the other's like a pink gingham. But I really like the colors in both of them, so they work out, water balloons and all. And I just keep those little strips to hold on to. Now, I also have this little yellow, picnic table looking pattern hexagon left over from another layout that I did. And I'm thinking I'm going to use that somehow. I haven't quite decided yet at this point, but that's okay. So I'm picking out my background paper, and I decide I want to play on the yellow that's actually, of all things, in the water balloon paper. And I also grab my Echo Park. This is from Summer Dreams. This is the sticker sheet. I have already used up that entire collection kit. So now I just have the stickers left. So I'm thinking about this pink paper. It's got little ice cream cones on it, and obviously I need to do that. So I cut out letters with my Cuttlebug that say ice cream. Go figure. And I have a little exclamation point, but I'll just let you know that that does not make it. My background was far too plain. So I decide, mixed media was not really my intention, but we're going to go for it. And I get out my Vicky Bouton Creative Effects. And the first one I have is an Iridescent Glaze. And while I did not intend to do that much mixed media, I thought all I was going to do was this right up there. But, creativity just kind of takes you places. So I also will be getting out my Rose Gold Glaze. Now, both of these are Tuesday morning purchases. From what I understand, and things may be different now, but the rose gold is no longer manufactured, which is really quite unfortunate. Hopefully that is something that changes. But I'm just kind of slathering this on with my palette knife. I do a line at the top and bottom, and then I go in with the rose gold and do just, another nice wide line here of rose gold creative effects. It's kind of like a texture paste kind of stuff. What's really interesting to me is how, the rose gold is very much a metallic, I guess, and the iridescent glaze is almost like a ultra fine glitter, which I think is interesting. I really like it. But you can definitely tell, at least in person. I don't know if it really shows up so well on the camera, but you can definitely tell in person that they have a different texture, which I thought was pretty interesting, and, I like it. It works well, and I have a more versatile, tool than to work with, mixed media tool there. Now, I do use 2 different palette knives for this, and I just did that because I didn't want to waste product or mix it in its little pot there. But both of these in a pack, and along with my glitter one that I use, came in, a 3-pack from the Dollar Tree. So they are quite low quality, if I do say so myself. And I don't take as good care of them as I probably should. But, that's okay. I figure someday I will decide to get new ones that are a little nicer, not quite as flimsy. If you have some that you particularly like, let me know in the comments below, because I'm probably going to be in the market soon with how dirty, nasty, and extremely flexible these are. So there you go. Back to the layout though here. I cut out my letters. I'm sticking them in my little Xyron X sticker maker, which I think is just perfect when you cut out letters, whether that's, on a manual die cut machine, on an electronic die cut machine, or if you just have something that's a little stubborn. Also, this adhesive is quite sticky, so I'm not worried about my letters popping off, even though there is the mixed media underneath it, which is excellent, right? You don't want your things popping off. You can see here I'm using the double-sided tape because it is also extremely sticky, and I know my photos and things are not going to pop off if I use those. Whereas I know if I used my little mounting squares, there's no way that those are going to stick to the mixed media. So 10 out of 10, recommend a nice double-sided tape, Xyron X, if you are going to be doing little letters too. So now I'm putting my little embellishments on. I do end up using that little hexagon. I think it just separates the, I have that little water balloon paper there framing the shaker box, and then I also have it matting the photo, so the little hexagon just kind of breaks it up. I also think it almost looks like a little lemon wedge in a fancy drink, which has nothing to do with the layout other than, summertime and relaxing at the beach. This was an ice cream shop at the beach, so it doesn't get much better than that, right? Now you can see I'm sticking on my letters. I'm not pressing them down because if I buy the permanent adhesive, they do have a removable, or that maybe they call it repositionable. But you know what? That's just not sticky, and that's not what I want. So I don't stick them down all the way in case I wanted to move them, but I decided I like where they are, and I just kind of smush them all down with my little scraper tool there. Now, I know I need to add some journaling, and I'm certainly not going to be able to write directly on the paper with all the mixed media. So I grabbed just this little extra piece of the pink plaid and decided, you know what, we're making this work. I'm using up this 6x6 pad. Just doing a little journaling about how we went to the outlet malls in Destin, and after, you know, all of our hard work shopping, we had to get some ice cream, and it was the Haagen-Dazs, and it was absolutely delicious. 10 out of 10, would recommend. So not a whole lot of journaling here. Not much more to say other than to, you know, drool over that gigantic ice cream cone and think about how I would love to be eating that again right now. So adding that in, again, using that double-sided tape to make sure that it sticks down. I only use the one piece of tape because I know this stuff is strong. Again, another Dollar Tree purchase, acid-free. I bought like 10 rolls at once. It's great. Now, I don't want to do too much embellishing just because there is a whole lot going on in this layout. Just with the mixed media, the different papers. So I add just a few little stickers, you know, my little marquee looking sign says girls just want to have fun. It was a girls shopping trip, so very appropriate. And I wanted it to have like a little bit of dimension. So I have these puffy stickers from Echo Park that I they didn't have an ice cream cone, so I put the little popsicle on there. And I think that works out pretty well. Now I'm going to add just a little pineapple. I have so many of these little pineapples, but they're so versatile and cute. I can stick them on almost every page. But again, I think it works for me. And again, adding a little bit more dimension, I put on a few of these kind of purple little enamel dots. I sprinkle them around. I want to use the whole row of these purple enamel dots, so I am being quite liberal with them, but I do think it works out, and it just gives that slight little pop of darker color on my layout, which I like. I think it kind of draws your eye to it. So again, I'm rearranging them so that they kind of make a slight diagonal, but there you have it. Right there, that will finish up my layout. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.